My name is Sophie Hatton. I run Pilates Works in Southport. It's a classical Pilates studio, and we have the only dedicated Pilates studio that has reformers, towers, mat, and bar. I loved Pilates as a student of it, students or clients, I don't know what that we'd call that, but I love Pilates, and my an opportunity came up to train because my teacher moved away, and so I thought, right, I'm going to do this. So I trained as a classical. I took a year and a half to decide who I wanted to train with, because I felt that it had to be absolutely right for me. The training to be a classical teacher is really pretty intense. It's over 60 hours of teaching over 7 weekends, and then you have to do 650 hours of observation, of training, and of teaching before you can even become a classical teacher. So the dedication was enormous I knew I was serious about it, and I knew I wanted to be the very best at what I did. So once I'd become that teacher, the hunt was on then to find a space to fill with my reformers and my towers. And that took about another year as well. But then once I found my space, I brought everything together. And it all happened really naturally. It happened really quickly. There weren't great big business plans. There was an opportunity, a phone call. This space is available. Come and see it now. It's going to go tomorrow if you don't. And I was just about to build something in the back of my garden, and I went to see it, and I literally had to sign there and then. But I knew it was what I wanted. I knew exactly what I wanted in my head, and it's tucked away, and I wanted something private. I wanted something where people could have the exclusivity to come to. So if they don't want to be seen coming in and out, they've got that privacy, and that works really well for them. It works really well for me. And yeah, it's pretty perfect. Pilates really is for everybody. Everybody can benefit from it. My youngest client is 14, my oldest client is 91, and everyone in between, men, women, all ages, all sizes, all abilities. And anybody that it basically helps everyone in whatever is going on. If you're a sportsman, it helps you become better at your sport. If you're a golfer, it helps you hit the ball stronger and straighter and longer. And if you're a runner, I have lots of runners that come to me. So from a professional sports or from a sports point of view, that people benefit, it complements everything. From if you're injured, if you get sciatica or you have a bad back, often, and physios will help you. We don't do the work. The physio will repair you, but we are like the maintenance. I always think the Pilates is like your weekly, daily maintenance to make yourself stronger, because when you do Pilates, you become less injury prone, and it takes away those aches and pains. So I have many clients who have really benefited from what they thought was the rest of their life and how they were going to live, and suddenly they're stronger and they don't need to have as many physio or have as many injuries to get as many injuries as they did. Because the nature of the classes, they're very small, you do get to know the groups, and people tend to stay in the same classes once they're in those classes, and they become friends. It's a very friendly, welcoming studio. As I say, we welcome all ages, all abilities. We have men-only classes for men that want to do Pilates, and it's like an extension of the golf club. It's just all the guys come in, they all know each other, but regardless of the golf club that they're at. And, we have all sorts of classes that the bar girls are quite different to some of the mat girls. They're all, we do have guys as well, though I keep saying girls, but we do have guys at the studio, but it is predominantly women, but it's really inclusive. Nobody feels unwelcome. We welcome everybody. We were recently recommended by the Sunday Times Style magazine as the go-to tower studio in outside of London, and we're really delighted by that, because often the media don't really report much Pilates outside of London. So to be identified and recommended by them was a great thing. It kind of was a great boost to the studio. The clients felt really positive because they thought, oh my God, that's the studio I go to, and they felt really proud that their studio was in the media. Well, I'm doing exactly what I love now. I love Pilates. I've loved it from day one. I now love share. I almost didn't become a teacher actually because I loved being told what to do for that 1 hour. It was the only time that anyone did really tell me what to do. I almost didn't become a teacher. So when I did go down that route, and I always thank all the people that pushed me down that route, it's been the best thing I've ever done. I love sharing what I know every time, every class I take, every session I attend for my own personal development. I learn more. I love sharing that. So I can't see that the studio is, I'm just going to get better at what I do as I invest more in myself. But I run retreats. The retreat side of the business kind of came very naturally to me because I used to be an event organizer. And so my love of Pilates and my love of organizing kind of all came together. And that happened in lockdown where I had the time to really think about it. And I thought, I think it's time to just expand a little bit and do the retreats. And that brings together my love of travel, architecture, interior design, good food, sunshine, and Pilates, of course, and bringing people together. So that really complements my offering. I've also branched out into clothing as well, and I am the authorised distributor of Varley clothing, which that conversation started about 3 or 4 years ago, way before Varley was kind of even a high street name. And now, it's escalated. The brand has escalated enormously. So I work a lot with local businesses in Birkdale Village. I do pop-ups at Verite. I did one last week at Crozier's in their new event space. And I run them at Chris Moreverett's salon in town. And they're brilliant. So I work with local people and local businesses to promote the Varley brand, but also bring my clients to them and, just bring a little bit of something new to the village as well. So in 20 years, will I still be doing all this in 20 years? I don't know. I can't. At the moment, I love what I do. I possibly would like to do more retreats, but my studio clients go mad when I go on retreat because I'm not there for a week. So I have to get the balance right. That's me.